really independence. And in world news, the heat dome continues over France. Temperatures in French capital have reached 45 degrees Celsius this Tuesday, and according to the meteorological monitoring, temperatures will keep rising. Welcome the details now. Merci Orkam Kama, and happy Independence Day to all Burundians who are watching us. As I was saying, the ceremony is marking the 63rd anniversary started at Prince Louis Rwagasore Mausoleum, hero of the independence, while the presidential couple laid a wealth of this of flowers. Jivan Ndayishimiye has more.
Fanfare music and the national anthem were played on the morning of this Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. on the occasion of the arrival of the presidential couple at Vugizo at the Mausoleum of Prince Louis Rwagasore. The ceremony included the laying of a wreath at the Mausoleum of Prince Louis Rwagasore. The Speaker of the National Assembly, accompanied by his spouse, the Speaker of the Senate and his spouse, Prime Minister and other dignitaries were present for this wreath-laying ceremony.
After Prince Louis Rwagasore Mausoleum, the ceremony is continued at the Independence Place, where the presidential couple laid again a wealth of flowers at the Independence Hill Monument. Jivan Ndayishimiye once again.
At Independence Square, various authorities were present, starting with the President of the Republic, Evariste Ndayishimiye, and his spouse, Angeline Ndayishimiye. Also in attendance were the President of both Houses of Parliament, Prime Minister Gervais Ndirakobucha, the Burundian Ombudsman Emery Kanyana, and other dignitaries. The President of the Republic, accompanied by the First Lady, laid the wreath at the monument of the hero of independence, Prince Louis Rwagasore. These ceremonies marked the celebration of the 63rd anniversary of the country's independence.
And after that, the official ceremonies took place at Intwari Stadium. Burundi head of state Evariste Ndayishimiye, who enhanced the celebration with his presence. In his speech, he has advised the Burundians and the leaders to work hard as economic growth is the path to deliver independence. Evariste Nyonguru has more.
The ceremonies marking the 63rd anniversary of Burundi's independence were held at the national level at the Intwari International Stadium in Bujumbura, the country's economic capital city, and the theme, true independence is the ability to exist autonomously while remaining open to collaboration with others. The event was attended by the members of the diplomatic corps accredited in Burundi, high-ranking government officials, and a large number of citizens from the Bujumbura municipality. The celebrations began with the ceremonial troop review along a boulevard Dodiplona, presided over by the head of state, Evariste Ndayishimiye, in his capacity as Commander-in-Chief of the National Defense and Security Forces. Following the troop inspection, the President made a lap of honor around the stadium, warmly greeting the enthusiastic crowd in attendance. The highlight of the day was an impressive military parade by the National Defense and the Security Forces, an event eagerly awaited by the people of Bujumbura. The ceremonies were further enriched by the famous drummers from Gishora, Gitega province, accompanied by the traditional dancers of Umuyebe, adding cultural vibrancy to the celebration. In his address, President Ndayishimiye reaffirmed Burundi's status as a sovereign nation, well organized, and refused leaders to any form of foreign domination. He paid tribute to historical figures such as Bihome and Louis Gwagaso the Prince, who were instrumental in the country's path to independence and are honored as national heroes. Called on Burundians to safeguard their independence and actively contribute to its consolidation, emphasizing that economic development is the foundation for genuine independence. The head of state urged citizens to commit to national growth. He also challenged public authorities to demonstrate diligence and efficiency, stressing that no administrative matter should remain unresolved for weeks. To close the ceremonies, the president awarded honors to 4 security personnel for their exemplary patriotism and contribution to the national independence. Lieutenant Colonel Odas Ninganza was recognized for the efforts in combating smuggling of minerals and coffee in Kabarore Commune. He received a medal and cash prize of 5 million Burundian francs. Captain Aimable Habarugira and Lieutenant Richard Ndaisaba, both of whom demonstrated exceptional service in national defense, were each awarded 4 million Burundian francs and Medal of Merit. Caporal Chief Richard Ninganza was also honored with the medal and the prize of 3 million Burundian francs.
Opening of the 4th International Conference of the United Nations on Development in Spain in Sevilla. The objective of that conference is to find solutions for poor countries facing an estimated funding deficit of $4 billion per year, so to be able to achieve the objectives of sustainable development. Marisumi has more.
This 4th United Nations International Conference on Financing for Development was attended by various heads of states and governments from 5 continents. Burundi was represented by the Vice President of the Republic, Prosper Bazombanza. In his welcoming address, the President of the Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, elected by clapping hands to chair the work of its meeting, said that this 4th conference comes at the right time. He specified that the objective is essential to find solutions for poor countries facing a financing gap estimated at $4 billion per year to be able to achieve the objectives of sustainable development. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, for his part, stressed that the urgency of financing sustainable development and then a reform of the international financial system to better meet the needs of developing countries. Antonio Guterres did not fail to mention the challenges facing the world, such as the loss of confidence, the economic downturn, trade tensions, and the conflicts raging around the world. Speaking, the Vice President of Burundi, Prosper Bazombanza, noted that Burundi's presence in Seville was the result of frank dialogue and a sincere commitment to rebuilding trust between nations in a world where economic, climate, and social divides are dangerously widening. According to the Vice President of the Republic of Burundi, Prosper Bazombanza, the people can no longer pay the private sector for the global economic system inherited from 1945, a system that not only meets contemporary realities but above all has not kept its promises. The severe compromise of these cities must be respected and recognized, he said. The sustainable development goals cannot be achieved without a deep transformation of global financing mechanisms. There must be mobilization of domestic resources through fair taxation and the resolute fight against the suffering of international financial reform, but also the recognition of ecological debt. Here we'll let you know that this 4th United Nations International Conference on Financing for Development is organized after the 3rd conference of its kind held in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, back 2015.
In world news now, the heat dome continues over France. Temperatures in the French capital have reached 33 degrees Celsius this Tuesday, and according to the monitoring of the temperatures will keep rising. Take a look.
France braces itself for another 2 days of extreme temperatures as the most severe heat wave of the year continues. 68 of metropolitan France's 96 departments are on orange or medium alert, while 16, including Paris, are on high alert, with temperatures expected to reach 39 degrees Celsius in some places. The French Meteorological Service's warning scale was devised in response to the deadly 2003 heat wave, in which 15,000 people died. It has forced schools in some regions to scale back classes because of buildings ill-suited to the heat.
I think it's the right decision to close the schools in the afternoon because the temperatures get very high then, up to 32, 33 degrees. It's difficult to hold classes in the right conditions with those temperatures, but as you can see in the morning, it's fairly cool.
France's health minister visited an old person's home to urge residents and the general public to take care of themselves during the heat.
We are recommending not exposing yourself to high heat, to find places where you can keep cool, and drink. I am telling all residents and people in general that you should drink at least 1 glass of water per hour to keep hydrated.
Tourists will also be unable to go to the top of the Eiffel Tower as the famous attraction is closed till Thursday. Visitors are doing what they can to stay cool.
It hasn't been too difficult, but today's the hottest day. We have portable fans, water, just staying in the shade, walking on the sidewalk on the shade, and ice cream.
It's hot, but it gets hot in Argentina too, so I'm used to it.
Tourists and locals alike will have to sweat it out till Thursday, when temperatures are expected to fall to a balmy low of 70.
High temperatures are also provoking wildfires in Turkey. More than 50,000 people were evacuated from some 40 villages. Fires have been raging on Sunday, with more than 1,000 firefighters mobilized throughout the country. Take a look again.
A wall of flames rose up in the night in southern Turkey near Antakya, close to the Syrian border. Dozens of hectares have gone up in smoke, and residents are fleeing with haste.
We have carried out evacuations. We have evacuated 20 houses so far, and we are housing these citizens temporarily in university housing. We are also meeting their needs.
With more than 260 fires since Sunday, several parts of Turkey's Mediterranean coast have been ravaged. In Izmir, this man was brought to safety from the heat and smoke thanks to rescue workers, narrowly escaping at the last minute. In particular, high winds and extreme temperatures have shaken residents who are seeing their home transformed.
I worked for many years in the forestry organization, but I've never seen a fire like this. It was a real firestorm. It was so fast it burned everything up to here.
About half an hour passed. Smoke surrounded us. We couldn't see this area we know by heart.
In recent years, Turkey's coastal regions have been increasingly affected by forest fires. The cause? Hot, dry weather exacerbated by global warming.
Well, this is the end of this English news edition. Thank you for your attention. Have a good time.